1. Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2. Get some good, some food in you. Step 3. Think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2. Get some good, some food in you. Step 3. Think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
If you don't like me, but you keep watching my shit, you're still a fan. I can't even begin to explain how many individuals I have on my social media right now talking shit about my message, about me, about how I look, about the individuals I surround myself with who don't follow me, don't like me, and don't actually want to see me succeed. But you still here, homie, so you still a fucking fan. And if you just took your focus off of me, off of my life, my accomplishments, my daily tasks, you would probably already be successful.
This, but let me put this out here. Stop sparing folks. Hello, somebody. Stop sparing folks. Nobody cared when your feelings was hurt. Nobody cared when you was pacing the floor. Nobody cared when you was sliding down the wall. Nobody cared when you was standing over there with a face full of tears. You had to suck it up, buttercup. But then when it come to other folk feelings, here you are. Want to tiptoe around it. Want to avoid the elephant in the room. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to disturb the peace. Stop sparing folk. Ain't nobody spare you when it was your turn. Give it to them real. Give it to them raw. Give it to them uncut and uncensored. This is exactly what it is. This way you had me messed up at. Huh. Yeah. I ain't playing with nobody this season, baby.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Oh my. It is Friday the 13th. I didn't leave the house. I don't know if you guys know or not, but actually, let me see if I've got it. I might still have it. I might be able to show you guys. I might be able to. I don't know. Do I have it in here readily available? I do not obviously know where it's at. Okay. So anyways, I got to tell you this story. So the story is back Friday the 13th, April, I think it was, oh Lord. Oh my God. I think it has been 10 years ago. Holy crap. Holy crap. I think it was 2013, 2012 or 2013, whenever Friday the 13th fell in April. And I think it was 10 years ago. Anyways, horrible day. I was working at the law firm that I worked at. I was just up to my limit with BS, because I was handling like 250 cases, a caseload. That's huge. Like normal paralegals usually only handle 40. And it was just one of those days where everything just got to me. It was Friday. I just looked at my boss and I said, look, I'm out of here. I've had it. I'm up to my limit. I'm leaving. We only had one car in the house at the time, and I had just recently got married. So I think it might have been a month after. It had to have been the year after. I think it was 2013. Anyways, I digress. So anyways, from that point on, everything just went downhill. Everything. So my ex picks me up. We get on the interstate. If anybody's familiar with Sarasota, I was at Bee Ridge Road. I got on the interstate at I-75 and Bee Ridge Road, which is exit 207, and the car dies. No power, driving just fine, and then that was it. It just stopped. No power steering, no nothing. And this was when my best friend Nicholas Windeborn was still alive. He's dead now. God rest his soul. That killed me. Long story. But he was he was like a big brother to me. And I literally called him. And he's like, oh, well, I'm near you. And I'm like, oh, great. Can you come tow me? And he's like, sure, I'll be right there. Okay. Waited. Like some odd 4 hours later. Like if I would have called AAA, they would have already been there. But I figured he was right there. He'd come get me. No big deal, right? Well, 4 hours later, he shows up. Maybe it was 2. I don't know, 2 or 4 hours. I can't remember exactly. It's kind of foggy. And so we tie the tie straps on the car and we start heading home. And we realize it's the alternator. Like I barely have 2 nickels to rub together. And here I have an alternator going out. Thank God for Nick. He goes up to the store, he gets borrows the wrench from whatever, Advanced Auto or whatever. He ended up taking it back, whatnot. But I ended up having to buy an alternator. But I'm calling around. Well, I'm calling around for the alternator. I slip on my dog's bed and break my ankle. I have never worked on a Friday the 13th outside of his house ever again. I don't know. I'm superstitious like that, but I really don't go anywhere on Friday the 13th because of that experience. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe PTSD or a little bit. But it was the craziest thing. And I remember thinking, oh, it's not broken. I'm just making a big deal out of it. I'm trying not to. But I didn't realize how loud I must have yelled because it happened so quickly and you don't know. But I must have squealed. I don't remember when I went down. All I know is the front door swings wide open and you got Nick's head here and Vince's head here looking in. And I'm like, oh, and I couldn't walk on it, couldn't stand on it. I had to like scoot my butt, across the floor. And this was the worst part. This is back when I was smoking cigarettes. I never smoked in my house or my car. So I always went outside. So before I realized my ankle was broken, I was like sliding my ass in and out of the house. Anyways, just a story, right? So happy Friday the 13th. Don't worry. I know the night is still young, but so far Bullhorn Betty has not broken anything yet. Okay. Nothing yet. But anyways, the next day my aunt comes over. She looks at my ankle and, I'm thinking it's just twisted or, because it gets a little lumpy. It's a little purple and stuff. I twisted an ankle before and it's gotten swollen. She took one look at it and she goes, nah, you probably need to go to the doctor. I think it's broke. I'm like, okay. I guess I'm going to the doctor. And guess what? My ankle was broke. And they ended up having fractured. I mean, the bone was broke, but it was still in the place. They didn't have to set anything or anything crazy like that. But by the time I did get to the doctor, my whole leg was so swollen. They actually had to put me in a temporary cast to allow the swelling to come down. And then they had to change that cast. And so that's the Friday the 13th story for me that changed everything. I will never work on Friday the 13th. I mean, I'm home. I am working, but I'm not working outside of the house. I won't leave this house on Friday the 13th. I will never leave this house on a Friday the 13th. I think we have about 2 Friday the 13th every single year. So those 2 days, I don't go anywhere. And this is no different. So I haven't gone anywhere. I had some things to do, but I had the roof estimates. They've already got the lines in for the new cable. So definitely a lot, really, really busy around here. I am surprised I'm making even 300 people in this chat right now. Do you know how many videos I dropped today? I dropped 3 different videos. I dropped like 4 or 5 different, or maybe it was 2 or 3 different community posts. And this is my second live. So I'm surprised YouTube is even notifying people that I'm live. Like they're like, okay, Bullhorn, you're taking up too much time over here. Taking up too much time. I'm just joking. Totally different topics though. Totally different topics. If you guys don't know, before we get into kind of the segment of what we're talking about, if you guys don't know, there is a missing child out in Oklahoma. Okay? A missing 4-year-old little girl. Her name's Athena. Beautiful little girl. Everybody is so stuck on the Idaho 4. Now, mind you, I'm following this case. We're going to be talking about this case. We're going to go over some documents. Like, nothing's going anywhere. Okay. But there is a 4-year-old girl missing out in Oklahoma, folks. We need to start getting her name out. We need to start getting, I put a community post with her flyer in it and everything like that. I need you to start sharing that. This is a 4-year-old, a beautiful 4-year-old little girl. And the caretaker, one of the caretakers fled and was caught in Arizona. So this is a major thing. Me personally, if you've been following my videos, you know I don't believe this little girl is alive, but there's still the possibility she is. Okay? They haven't found her. And it's our duty, Summer's Army, right? When it comes to our children, that we get this information out. So I need you guys to help get this information out. And so I'm entertaining the fact that I may be going to Oklahoma, right? Might be going to Oklahoma real soon. Not going to tell the dates. Not going to tell the dates at all. But may go to, I haven't committed to it, but in an abundance of caution. In an abundance of caution. For all the haters out there. You can send my stuff to law enforcement. I can too. I can too. So what I did is I went ahead and put this book together of all the haters, comments, everything, pictures of them, pictures of their channels, links to their channels. I give everything, anybody that has a criminal record, it's in there, mugshots and all. And that includes Angela that wants to do that to me. Whew, girl, look who's talking. Holy crap. Look who's talking. Thank God I don't do what you do to me to you. But now the tables are finally turned. So I've been on the phone with Oklahoma. I called down the Cyril Police Department. and had good conversations with them, explained, what I'm doing, explained that, depending on how this goes, I may exercise my First Amendment to the Constitution and protest, depending. So far it seems like they're doing good. Had a really good conversation, and I told them what to expect. Told them that they're going to get calls. They're going to get emails. I let them know that not only am I a taxpayer, I'm a level 2. I've had level 2 background checks from the FBI. I'm a concealed weapons permit holder. I'm an upstanding citizen of the United States of America. And we have haters because I'm on YouTube. And they actually stalk me and try to disparage my name. So I've already forewarned them of what I expect to happen if and when I choose to go there. So that there's no misunderstandings. It's what I did in Mascow, Idaho, and what tampered down a lot of the, the BS, law enforcement being concerned. So, and I went ahead and provided, just for your knowledge, I went ahead and provided my own record to them. Okay. I made sure that I provided that to them so people can say, oh, she showed them all this. No, I showed them exactly what it is that I have done. And then I went even further than that and showed them what I have been convicted for. I'm fine. So don't worry if I go back out there, and they know, and I've already told them and showed them what happened at Quentin Simon, and just told them I would really like to avoid a situation like that, and gave them my suggestions on how to handle the situation should something like that arise. I've also talked to them about if I am harassed or threatened or feel threatened for my life, if there was an easy way for me to get a temporary restraining order very quickly. They assured me that there is. So if I choose to go out to Oklahoma, I have covered every single one of my bases that I need to cover. So if the haters want to come and say, oh, we told them this and we told them that, baby, you don't need to tell them nothing. I already told on myself. And in addition to that, I told on all of you too. So go ahead, make my day. They're expecting it and they're cool. And they said that they can handle it. I said, okay. So I told them I haven't made any arrangements yet to go there, but I told them that I'm harmless, that I do what I do. It is what it is, and I'm just coming there for a fact-finding mission. But should there be a point, it's not uncommon for if I feel that there's an injustice that I will use the bullhorn. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have to use the bullhorn if I choose to go. But if I choose I want to, it's my choice to be had. So I will be working with law enforcement out there, right? And everything is all kosher. Everything is all kosher. And this is for the Athena Brownfield case. Athena Brownfield case, 4-year-old out of Cyril, Oklahoma, missing. Both of the caregivers are in custody. So, I think this is going to be really good. I am impressed with all the videos I dropped today that I'm still collecting 424 viewers here. God bless every one of you. All right. Don't forget to thumb up Bullhorn Betty. So now we're getting to the ucky, right? We're going to get to the ucky of the ucky. Okay. What the heck does ucky mean? Okay. It's a Summer Wells term, if anybody knows. But we're going to get to, we're going to get to the ucky. Guys, she's not telling us all. Oh, hold on. What is it? Guys, she's not telling us all of this to sound like she's bragging. She's dealt with some nasty critters. Yes, we are professionals at this point. And when I see something happen, you guys know I always take corrective measures, because anytime, I'm a little different than all these a-holes on YouTube. If I see an objective, or if I see a challenge, I overcome that challenge. Okay. So if that means me calling them and giving them my entire police record, just so they know that I'm completely harmless and these people are haters and assholes and don't know, their ass from their elbow, then I will do that. Because at the end of the day, I got nothing to hide. You guys know my story. The whole freaking world knows my story. It is what it is. I am proud of who I am today. Are you kidding me? So no, I am not bragging. I'm not bragging at all. Mm-mm. Well, I am kind of bragging. I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of bragging. Like, I beat you to your own punchline. So yeah, Yeah, maybe a little bit, Miss Robin. Come on, let's, maybe a little, right? But anyways, if I choose to go out there, I will. And I will be bringing my bullhorn, but probably not using it. It's going to be one of those Quentin Simon things, where I stand out and I kind of, get a lay of the land. I meet with people. I interview with people. I find out what's really going on. I find out who these people are, why they're involved, blah, 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 right? So this child, I don't want to get too much into this topic because we're going to have a complete live on Athena. We're going to have a complete live on her to go over her case. But what is very upsetting to me is that people, like, we know the Idaho 4, it's cooling down, guys. Okay. We are like, everybody has talked this case to its core. Everybody is speculating at this point. We're not going to get any information until March. Now, would you go, guys, put a 1 in the chat if you would rather help another case or you'd rather speculate on an old case. Because right now we have 4 people dead in Idaho, but we have a child missing in Oklahoma. Should we switch gears and start focusing a little bit on this 4-year-old little girl, this baby that is missing from Idaho or Oklahoma? Or should we be speculating on crap that we're going to get on March 1st and we will have the information if we just be patient? Because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. Thank you. God bless you guys. There's people out there that give a damn, and they're here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. So God bless you. So that's what we're teetering on what we're going to do with this whole thing. With this precious baby. I always come equipped with flyers. I always come. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. It's gonna be a little bit, but I'm just going to monitor this for a couple days and see. But because I started entertaining it, I thought it would be best that I send this package off to them, because I've been collecting this package for a while because for court and stuff like that. But and this is only one of many. I condensed everything. Like, I've got about 4 volumes about this size. But this is the one that has all the, I went through it and recopied, the stuff that was important that law enforcement needs to see, like threats and things of that nature. So I went ahead and compiled them in here, believe it or not. That's a lot. That's sick. I guarantee they don't have a package on me that big, right? But that's only 4 people, right? 4 people. So, oh, no, 5. We put Alien in there too. We put Crackhead 1 in there. Or Crackhead 2. I don't remember which one she is, but she's one of the 2. But she's in there too. And she was actually, I put her in there, what was it? I think a couple days ago when I got all of her records from Orlando and New Jersey. I went ahead and put them in the book. So we've got 5 major people in here and a bunch of minions. I've already told them, they're probably going to get frustrated. I don't know if they expected me to go ahead and tell on myself in front of the whole world, but either way, it is what it is. I digress. I just wanted to let you guys know that I was going there, and I wanted to let my haters know you don't have to worry about calling law enforcement and tattletaling on me. I already did it, just to save them time, because they're idiots. But believe me, it is well known that what they are probably most likely going to do, and I told them they're probably going to be utilizing their resources as much as possible, taking away from the case, that wouldn't be me doing it. It would be them doing it. I don't want to have any problems from that. I told them that, and I even showed them the stuff. I spoke to them. I said, we did have this whole point, and I sent the lady the link so she can see, like, the worst thing that we do is screaming a fucking bullhorn. Excuse my language, right? That's the worst thing we do. We're not violent people. And I showed them the whole Quentin Simon thing, because I think that really is the one that kind of went a little crazier because of the haters. So they got a whole purview of exactly what transpired and what happened. So, but I was on the phone, thank God. Very nice people, by the way, very sweet people out there in Oklahoma. But we got to do what we have to do to protect ourselves and to make sure that we can run this channel the way we need to. So it is what it is. So haters, Bullhorn Betty's taking her bullhorn to Oklahoma for Athena Brownfield. Remember that name, Athena Brownfield. Athena Brownfield. Hit that like button and show me some love. Okay, getting on to the topic of conversation here. what is the topic of conversation? The topic of conversation is the Idaho 4, right? There's still some crazy stuff going on with this case. There really is. So I've got some complaints. I've got some information that I will kind of go over with you guys. And so this is the first thing we're going to go over right here. Do I have it up here? Oh, no, there we go. The first thing we're going to go over right here. This, to me, is like, holy crap, right? Insane. Insane. Somebody is posting anonymously in the chat room on a Facebook page as an anonymous person, claiming to be a family member. It says, I'm posting anonymously. Oh, thank you. We love you, Betty. Thank you for all you do. Just being so dang awesome. Get yourself a coffee. Thank you. I got myself a coffee, but I will be sure to go get me a real coffee. This is just not coffee. I mean, it's coffee. It's Bullhorn Betty coffee, but I'll treat myself. Thank you, love. Thank you for the $4.99. You're too sweet, Leslie. I appreciate it. Too sweet. So I'm posting anonymously because Bryan is family, and you people in this group are acting like vultures and rabid raccoons. No, your family member is a fucking serial killer. Oh, by the way, guys, this is your trigger warning. If you guys are Christian people this evening and you guys do not want to hear swear words, this is not going to be the channel for you this evening. It is Friday the 13th, and I am doing an off live. I don't normally come on this late, as many of you guys know. And this post really ticks me off. It gets me hot under the collar. And so with that being said, I don't think I'm going to be too kind in my commentary this evening. So if your ears, would prefer not to hear the language that I will be saying associated with this case, you might want to turn me off now, because I am going to be saying a lot of F's, a lot of C. I'll try to refrain from the GDs, but I'm going to say a lot of F's and a lot of S's and a lot of D's and a lot of. No, I said I was going to refrain from GDs. So we'll see. We'll see. But forgive me. I'm saying that up front. I don't know if I can contain myself on this particular post. So we get this post. And it's saying I'm anonymously because I am Bryan's family member. Well, you're an idiot. I'm sorry that you were born in that family, but don't blame us because you got a sicko in your family. And if I ever find out which family member posted this, I will have my bullhorn so far up your rear end, you will be speaking out of it because you are so full of it. I am sorry, your family is lying to your face. Not my problem. Okay? I realize he's your family member. I don't care. You know what? I had to come to acceptance that some of my family members are just rotten eggs. But to blame everybody else, shame on you. Bryan is innocent, and you will see he has been framed by his drug partner, friend, and security guard from the university. Framed. So now you acknowledge that this man that's going for his doctoral degree is still on drugs. Thank you. Hopefully law enforcement is taking note and uses this against him. So now we have the idea that, people are saying they thought he was on drugs when he committed this crime. And everybody was saying, oh, well, he looked like he sobered up and this, that, and the other. Well, based upon his family's recollection, it doesn't sound like he sobered up too much. They were doing drugs together in the parking lot, as they had done numerous times. But when the security guard started acting like a peeping Tom outside the girl's window, Bryan left the security guard and drove back to his apartment. Okay. Let's keep going. The reason the phone was off was because the battery was flat and the security guard was using his charger. Lady, I have to believe that this is a lady because I can tell by the writing it's not a dude. And if you really think this nonsense is going to pass us, you think we're going to believe this? I don't know how stupid you can be. Stupid. I hope you're watching. If you are the family member of Bryan Kohberger that wrote this, you are an effing idiot. And no one can fix you. Just like no one can fix your family member, Bryan Kohberger. He's effed. Totally effed. Let's keep going. Bryan put his phone on the charge when he left the parking lot, and he switched it back on when he was near his apartment because that's how long it took to get the charge going. Okay. Can you explain to me why he didn't go straight back to his apartment and took this long horseshoe back? Why would he do that? If he wasn't trying to throw off law enforcement? Maybe she'll explain it in here. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe she'll explain it. Let's see. So, Bryan's knife was in the car and the security guard was holding it because he has used it to chop the cocaine lines. Well, honey, let me tell you, if you think your family member was on cocaine, if that's what you truly believe, again, you're an idiot. Not one time out of one interview did I ever hear that he had a cocaine problem. He never had a coke problem, lady. He had an H problem. He had a booted up your arm problem. He didn't have a problem. Get it? But you know your family members so well. But let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. No, it may be a fake. It may be a fake. It may be a fake post. It may be a fake post. Because it's an anonymous post, right? We don't know who posted it. But I can tell you it sounds like somebody is really trying to plead the case. That's why it makes me feel like this may be really a family member. But you never know. I mean, this is social media, and we have idiots, absolute idiots out here that like that thinks that this is a joke and think this is funny, that, 4 slaughtered children should be trolled. Great job, haters. Great job. You despicable pieces of... Anyways, so they say he switches his phone back on because that's how long it took. Everybody knows as soon as you stick the charge, the piece, your phone can be completely dead. As soon as you stick the cord in the bottom of your phone and it's charging because you have direct power, your phone turns immediately on, whether it's charged up or not. Who doesn't know that? I have had a slap dead phone before, and I put it into a plug and turned that puppy right on. It said 0% and 1%, but it let me use it while it was plugged up. If I unplugged it for any reason, it would drop the call. Yes, I said it's cocaine because Bryan stopped H years back and substituted it with no, it doesn't work that way, honey. It doesn't work that way, honey. Let me tell you, you don't go from H to C. Just like you don't go from C. I mean, you could go from C to H, but you don't go from H to C. One's an upper, one's a downer, right? You don't replace an upper with a downer if you're addicted to a downer. What? Hello? Past user of C, by the way. Past user of C, not H, but C, I know a lot of, and I'm telling you, people that are on H never come down to C. Trust me. So, let's just keep going. He has tried so hard to stop everything, but he's addicted, and he has bad migraines, so the coke actually helps him. No, that's not quite how it works. Now, if that's what he's telling you, it's probably because he's an addict and he needs to justify why he's using. That would be what I would say as a past user, okay? And if you honestly believe that man is on C, you are naive. Let's keep going. He had no idea the security guard was going to do what he did, and he just wanted to teach the security guard a lesson by leaving him behind. Okay, is that security guard that running partner of yours? Just out of curiosity, the one that you run with really late at night? Is that it? Makes you wonder what they were doing on those late night runs. Bryan actually feels terrible that he left this maniac behind, but it's not his fault. You people need to stop these singing videos and funny pictures of Bryan and my dad, or we will sue you for everything you have. Okay, well, my name's Bullhorn Betty. Since my address has been doxxed across the world, you know, I'm pretty sure you can find my address. Send me the lawsuit. I'll come there. You know, because when you sue somebody because you're too stupid, you got to go to the state that person's in to sue them. So unless you're planning on getting 50 lawsuits going in 50 sticky states, you ain't suing jack shit, lady. Let me just tell you. Thank you, Brad. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Right? Bryan actually feels terrible. I already read that part. Okay. This is freaking hilarious. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny, right? This person, if this person truly is a family member, damn, how naive, how idiotic. Do you really believe this? You need to take a step back and look at the totality of the information. This had absolutely nothing to do with that one night. Clearly, you did not read the affidavit of him being in and around that house 12 separate times. Why? He didn't know anybody there. You didn't think, oh, maybe he's lying to me about this stupid story he's saying that he left this person? Are you kidding me? Are you that stupid? Watch this be one of his sisters, one of those psychology majors. Isn't it funny that his family's in psychology and mom sympathizes with serial killers, and now we have Bryan Kohberger in jail for slaughtering 4 people? And this idiot doesn't know their own family? Are you that so unaware? Really? Idiots. Idiots. You people need to stop with these singing and song videos or we'll sue you. Come sue me, baby. All of you just get a life and stop playing Facebook detectives because you're just a bunch of bored losers and have no morals. No, baby. Your effing family has no stinking morals. Your family has no morals. You are lucky of the morality that's shown on Facebook to your family. Because if it was me, are you kidding me? I would be in front of your parents, aunts, uncles' house with my effing bullhorn. Literally. Mom, do you know I'm live? Just told my mom, I'm like, you can't stop me in the middle of my show, Ma. And she's like, Andra, you missed it. It says my dad in the post. It's my dad. It's one of his sisters writing this. One of his sisters. Your brother tells you this crackpot story. You're a psychologist and you can't see through this shit. So if this is true, it would have been posted by either Melissa or Amanda. Not sure which, because she says my dad. Now, this could be a complete troll doing this. I don't know, right? I don't know. But I can tell you, I think it's their family that has the moral compass issue. Because The last time I saw, I'm not getting arrested for homicide. There's a faction of YouTube that has freaking websites about Bullhorn Betty because they got nothing better to do with their time in their life, right? So I don't know if this is true or not. I really, truly don't know if this is true. Bullhorn says real Coke doesn't. Laced Coke does, which is like 99%. I don't know. I guess I walked into a conversation. But anyway, this post like literally made Bullhorn. We almost have 800 people in here. God bless you guys. Don't forget to like. We just crossed over 800. Don't forget to like this segment of the Bullhorn Betty channel. We are going through this statement. I know many of you guys have seen this on social media. I know it's making its rounds because it's here on your channel or on your screen with Bullhorn Betty sitting next to it. So it's making its rounds. And it's basically saying they're going to sue everybody, which, okay, come sue me, bitch. I don't really care. Good luck. I actually went out there. I'm actually telling everybody that your brother is a real piece of garbage. I really don't really care for your family or you're sympathizing with serial killers since like what, 1989? Like you guys are a pretty effed up family, if I say so myself. I know that some people may say I'm being too hard on the family. No. When you sit here and start posting this, if this is truthfully from one of his family members and potentially one of his sisters, you don't ever disrespect the victims like this. Your brother is a sick pup. And you know what? At the end of the day, you had an opportunity, you being a psychologist, and you didn't know that, you should lose your license. You're an idiot. There's nothing I can do for you. But that is based upon if this is from one of his sisters. If it's not from one of his sisters and it's just a troll, I apologize. That wasn't intended for you. That was intended for the troll. What the heck did I do with my vape? Lordy. I wish I was 40. I'm losing my brain. Give me a minute. I'm going to put you guys on just a quick little pause. You guys go out there, like this video in the chat. Tell me what number you are and where you are from. If you don't want to say, just say the state. You don't have to tell me your address or anything. But don't forget to like this video. Tell me the number and where you're calling from. I've got to go find that before I have a nicotine fit on screen. The good news is I don't know what well, the bad news is I don't know what I did with my vape, but I got another one charged up, so I'll just put another pot in it. No big deal. So what we got? 351 from PA. Nice to see you, Tammy. Thank you. I feel bad for the victims, parents. Rest in peace. Absolutely. 109, Indiana. 105, Panama City. Nice to see you guys. Reno, Nevada. Upstate New York. Fort Worth, Texas. Florida, Tennessee, West Virginia. Ooh, Liverpool, New England. Thank you, Lisa. Nice to see you. Tennessee, Michigan, Georgia. Wow, you guys are coming in hot and heavy. Kansas, Central Florida, Ohio. I got some Connecticut in here, Alabama, New York, Philly. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Really do appreciate that. So I'm not going to take a whole lot of your time, on this. I mean, we're already in. Let's get the phone lines open. Do you believe this came from his family member, i.e. potentially his sister, because my mom just called me, interrupted my live. By the way, Mom, thank you for interrupting my live. That was a great point to make. That's probably why I did it. Moms know best, right? Moms know best. So she pointed out that it kept saying my dad. And I have to think that somebody that it has a psychology degree doesn't make those mistakes. So there is the potential, and I'm not avoiding that issue. There absolutely 100% is the potential that this truly is a troll gaslighting the Facebook group, right? It is possible that they are doing that. Would it be uncommon for them? No, it wouldn't. So I'm very thankful that we got that. We had an opportunity, but let me get over here. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to get this. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have my phone lines ready. Oh, yeah, I did. They were just down at the bottom. All right. Do I want to share that over here or not? How do I want to do this? Well, I don't have to. Okay. Make sure nothing that's on. So I just want to know, we're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to let you guys call in here. Do you, one, believe that this is a legit post? If not, why? And then how does it make you feel about it? If so, why? And how does it make you feel about it? Well, hello, Miss Amy.
Hi, I got in. I said, let me just run for it, go for it here. I think it's a troll, to be quite honest with you. I think they're just trying to get attention. And I think a lot of these, I'm just watching these other streams when I have a chance. And so many people are giving him excuses. Oh, he could be free. They're coming up with all of these scenarios that he could get off. And all I can say, the DNA does not lie. I'm a science person. You know, I'm a nurse, so I'm like, to me, this does not lie. We have science to back it up.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear that he was framed. I don't want to hear any of that because I just, and you know, and also what you're doing is you're giving people like that are in a psychology background. You know, people are going to think when they're making this. If anybody is in that kind of field, they're giving those people that are legitimate psychologists or psychiatrists a bad name that truly are there to help people that are suffering from mental illness or crises in their life.
Or just, you know, psychologists, you can just be a normal person and have something going wrong and just want to talk to somebody.
Exactly. You know, there are some crazies out there. Like I once went on a date with a psychiatrist and they were absolutely cuckoo, you know. It's like, you don't want to sit there and be analyzed by them, you know, because some of them will think that you're on their couch and you just want to go on a date with them, you know?
Yeah.
But I just think that, in my opinion, I think that it's a troll. And I'm just trying not to, I'm just saying when I listen, I know you have to be open to different sides and you know, to get a different look at the case and not be so stuck on an opinion. But when I'm listening to these other people, like these defense attorneys, I'm getting nauseous that they, you know, like this Garagos guy, yikes, what a character. What a you know, whatever he was. You remember when he was doing the OJ thing? I looked at him. I'm like, whoa, he got so old. I didn't recognize him at all. But like, he's nuts. You know, I'm like, get the creepers. You know?
Right.
I'm just telling you that these people that are trying to come up with excuses for this guy, it's laughable. I'm sorry. The DNA is there. I'm sold on science, and I think that people are making these people, you know, have these excuses. And I know people have a right to a defense, but I just don't see how you could defend him. And when there has to be so much more that is going to be coming out.
Oh yeah.
That people are going to be in shock, and the people that are little pundits there and all that stuff, they don't have all the other information. So let's just see what happens. But I just think that those people need to be ignored because they're just a bunch of crap.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, it was crazy when I saw this because we're hearing about co-defendant. And of course we hear on Michelle Walks or Michelle After Dark. I don't remember which channel she put it on. But she was going over, you know, theories of why they put this in here. You know, this is a form letter, but that co-defendant's not in all form letters, because we use form letters at the law office I use. And, you know, we still craft those letters specific for, like, we have a master sheet that has all of our requests in it and stuff like that. But you remove stuff, you add stuff to it for that particular case. And it was just a little bizarre that they said co-defendant as opposed to just witnesses. But, you know, Michelle could be very right. It could have just been, you know, and not only that, but my mother actually said, that it could potentially, the co-defendant could potentially be his father, because his father actually went to Washington and, you know, that he had been pulled over and spoken to by law enforcement on both of the traffic cams in Indiana. So, you know, there is that potential of a co-defendant even after the fact.
Right. Just like we can have Roberta Laundrie, who we've told was telling him to get a shovel. That could be like a co-defendant too. You know, or after, you know, but no, we don't have him alive anymore. Supposedly alive. She could be held accountable too. So
it was crazy because I
That's a way to parallel the cases. So
yeah, but you bring back Roberta Laundrie. And it was crazy because I was perusing through some stuff last night. Maybe it was early this morning, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. My days run together anymore because I've been so busy. And there was this thing. I don't know where I found it. Just one of those things that just I accidentally hit the phone and something pops up, and it was me. I think it was on Twitter. As a matter of fact, I think it was a Twitter post. I don't know where I found it from, but somebody. It was me when I was out front of that house, and I was one hot mamica. I had just got done dumpster diving that morning for Gabby Petito's stuff, and I was out there, and I was screaming at the house, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm one hot mom, and if you think you guys should be in jail for obstruction of justice, tampering with evidence, cleaning that car out. I went through all these things, and I'm like, holy crap, I forgot I was out there saying that. And these are some of the things that the Petitos are actually suing them for.
of course.
Like, holy crap. Right again?
Absolutely, but I think there's just I think it probably is his father because he might have known it to begin with, just like Roberta. He's like another Roberta 0.2, 0.0, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So
Roberta 2.0
that are enabling their kids. It's just disgusting, and I think that they could have gotten him help if they really could have gotten this guy help in the beginning.
If they weren't in denial.
It got out of hand, People are, they've got parents working so much, and they were in bankruptcy, so they probably couldn't even pay attention to what was going on.
Yeah, they were probably too busy working, trying to get them pull themselves out of debt for their kids because they did have 3 kids.
Food on the table, everything.
Yeah.
People are so crazy today. They're so distracted with life that they can't even pay the proper attention to what's going on in their house. And that's
I agree. But what I did notice is that he is the baby, and we know that parent, the baby of the family always gets away with, we always, no pun intended, but the baby in the family gets away with murder,
Oh, I know. I'm an older child. I know I have a younger sister and I have a twin sister, and the younger one didn't have to clean the house, didn't have to do this, didn't have to do the other stuff, and she got to bully us and all that. So there you go. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go. Let someone else go.
All right, Amy, it was nice to hear from you.
Take care now.
Bye-bye. Janice Place. Thank you for becoming the newest member to this crazy crew we call the Coffee Club. Welcome aboard. I hope we don't run you off anytime soon. I'm a little brash. What can I say? A little abrasive. Oh, well, right? There's too many nice people in this world. We need somebody with a little more balls to handle some of this stuff. So and the phones are still open. What did you guys think about Chronicles of Olivia's video with the Gonzalez interview? Well, she put it together. She did an amazing job. That's what takes her so long. Did you see what great quality of a documentary of that interview that was? It was a beautiful, beautiful piece she did. It took her a lot of time. I hope you guys go over there and thank her for taking her time out to do something that pretty. I got to tell you that when we were there in that interview, it was very emotional. And I really think we captured that emotion. I really think we gave you guys, we humanized them, which makes the impact so much more. I understand. I know a lot of people don't, when they get too close, it's harder on them. But there were so many negative things coming out about the girls that just weren't true. It was too hard for us not to do that because we wanted to make sure that everybody here knew those girls and knew that they were some of the sweetest kids ever. They were some of the sweetest kids ever. And it just hurt my heart seeing people talk about them the way that they were talking about them. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt that it was necessary to do that. And I wanted people to really know them. Like these girls were amazing. They did so much. And it was just hard to listen to any more negativity about the girls. We kind of all had a feeling. Oh, we got somebody from Rogersville, Tennessee. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. England, Colorado, we're still in here. Sorry, guys, I missed a whole bunch. So it's nice to see you guys all. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you. And so, you know, Olivia works so hard on these videos, and they're just beautiful. Yeah, I see somebody says that they loved it. They cried. It was touching. It was very, very beautiful. Brought me to tears. Janice says, yes, yes. But that's, you know, part of the work that we do. You know, it's not always, you know, bullhorns and, you know, testosterone, right? I know women don't have testosterone, but you guys get what I'm saying. Alpha. So it really was, you know, we had an opportunity, and I got to be honest with you, there was a lot of questions that we wrote down, and when we were in the interview and talking about them, there was a lot of questions I never asked. I never asked for them to speculate on the case, even though some of our questions were that we would have asked was speculative in nature. And I remember when we got done with the interview, Olivia's like, "You didn't ask these questions." I said, "Yeah." I said, I didn't. I said, we were talking, you know, talking to them and having the conversation, I said, I really didn't want to put the Gonzalez in a position to have to speculate on, you know, some of Kaylee or Maddie's friends. And so I never asked the questions. We never really talked about, you know, who they thought did it, what, you know, all this other. We never asked those questions. We really, when we were there, we really wanted to keep it about Kaylee and Maddie and how beautiful those girls were, how beautiful their life was, what they meant to the people that loved them. And then we also wanted to, because, you know, Jack was the love of her life. And he had already lost the love of his life, his best friend that he had just seen hours before her murder. And people were so cruel to him. And we really wanted to have something that explained why the family didn't believe it was him at all. And this is why. And then that whole thing with Adam, they told him everything about how Kaylee wanted to get back with Jack. It wasn't anything nefarious. It wasn't anything nefarious. And it was just a beautiful piece. I'm very honored, and it was much of a privilege to be there and to get to meet this amazing family. I mean, this is I wish America had more families like theirs. I really do. If America had more families like the Gonzalez family, this world would be such a better place. It really would. And I know that they're going to be hurting for many years to come. It seemed like Kaylee and Maddie both made a huge impression. And it was kind of funny because while Olivia and I were out there, you know, we identified with them. You know, Olivia's a Maddie and Bullhorn Betty's a Kaylee. You know, we're when he says we got one that has no patience and one that has all the patience in the world, right? No patience, Olivia, all the patience in the world, right? So it was funny because when we left there, we were kind of, you know, it's sad to hear it, but it was like we talked about it. It's like, you know, these girls were really inspirational. And it's just so sad. And I think when he said, you know, this world lost great citizens, they would have been amazing citizens of this country. And I really, truly believe that. They seem to be just amazing. And it broke my heart because the one thing that choked me up outside of the urns, where I had to walk out of the house because I had tears coming down my eyes, was when he said that, you know, it's like Kaylee knew her time was limited. And she just wanted to get through so much so quickly. She wanted to do it all. You know, something to that effect. I get goosebumps every time I say that. But it's just like, they were both just amazing. Yeah. I think some people owe her a big apology, accusing her of lying about Kaylee following her. Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. These hate channels, they don't care about fact. I mean, that was so easy. Like literally, you can go to their type in, you know, Chronicles of you can see that they've been following each other for a significant amount of time. And it is sad, but hate channels, they're not into giving information. They're into inciting their base. So their base comes and attacks innocent people. That's what they do. And it's sad that they choose to do that. But trust me, you know, these days will be numbered. And I can guarantee that. If I can guarantee anything, I can guarantee that this is a numbered deal. You know, this has a lifetime. This has an expiration date on it. You know what I'm saying? Mark G. wife was murdered in 2005. I remember the case because the guy, this is from Yep, because the guy who did it ordered lights to grow weed from a stolen credit card. It was a young guy, and the lights for the plant is what caught my attention. I don't know. I guess you guys are having a side conversation with that. I'm not sure. Let me keep going. I felt so bad for her family. I learned a lot after watching that video. Absolutely. It was very, very precious. It was very beautiful. And the phone lines are still open, guys. I'd like to know about that text. If you guys don't know which one I am talking about, did I push it down? What did I do with it? Uh-oh. Where the hell did it go? Oops, I think I lost it. This is Betty.
Hey, Betty.
Bitchy, what's shaking bacon?
Bacon. How much? Let me get my. There we go. Yeah. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous. How are you doing, my friend?
You look a lot more rested up and not so sick.
Yeah, well, I was only sick for a couple days. I couldn't sleep. Like I've been having some. I have degenerate disc disease and scoliosis. So whenever I lay in bed too long, like when I'm not feeling good, it really hurts my back. It really does something to me. Yeah, so a lot of that was just lack of sleep, but I've been sleeping better. I feel better. I went out and hung out with a bunch of friends here recently and just getting reconnected. I've been back at my county meetings, so we're just kind of firing on all cylinders.
Nice. In that video, yeah, you guys did a great job. You guys were very considerate of how you were asking things and all that. Yeah, you did spot on.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that we actually, before that interview, we had met them for lunch like hours before. So we kind of all got kind of acquainted, got to know each other's personalities, faces. We talked about things. We had already met Steve, Olivia, and Christy. And, you know, it was...
How graceful that he actually reached out to you guys too. You know, that's awesome.
Yeah, he reached out to Olivia by email, and then you know, whenever he saw the documentary, I mean, he really did appreciate the work that Olivia did on it. He really did.
Right. Yeah, you guys did a nice job.
Yeah,
really did. And we got to see them in their real element. I mean, I know that they were somewhat reserved still, but. You know, they talk pretty freely.
Yeah.
To you about them, about her and them, really. You know, about them.
Yeah.
They were a pair. You know? Yeah, it's so weird how people look at life sometimes. How he said that what you said gives you goosebumps. How he said that she was rushing through because she knew she only had. Well, I mean, we all only had so much time, you know.
Yeah.
And make the best of every day we got, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All we can do in life. You know, you never know. You just step off the curb or whatever any day, you know. So
yeah, absolutely. But what do you think about this? Just to get your insight on this, what do you think about this post in this Facebook group? Do you believe it's real? Do you not believe it's real?
The way it's worded, and yeah, why would she risk her professional life if she were to write something like that?
Right.
That's not. You know, that's not, I don't know, man. That's a weird one. It's not quite right. Like you said, like your mom said. It's not quite right.
Yeah, because somebody that has a psychological degree, you got to remember, they write a lot of letters. They have to write letters to courts. They have to write letters.
Right. The language isn't quite right. That's what I mean, you know? Yeah,
and nobody that has a decent vocabulary says a group, in this group, the people in this group act like you people in this group act like vultures and rabid raccoons. Like you people, that's not something a professional, a professional would use. You people. They would have a very professionally written. These are professionals.
Yeah, right, exactly. I don't think the language is correct for the mentality that it should be if it were to be his sister.
Yeah, and not only
Either
that,
way,
but the psychology and dealing with drug addicts all the times, you would know that
they're
this.
both professional. Yeah, they're both professional, successful. From what I saw,
Mhm.
you know, they're both, you know, in their fields. They're both successful in their fields.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I don't believe this is their language. This would not be a language that they would speak. You know,
Yeah.
that they would write.
When I first read it,
you know,
they said they were family. They're family to these people, so I didn't get it. Mom called while I was live. I'm like, Mom, you can't call me while I'm on live. You're stopping my show. What's going on? She's like, Andrew, you missed it. It said my father. And then it dawned on me, and I'm like, okay, well then now this is implying it was a sister. When I first brought it up, I was just thinking on the realm of it being a family member. Now that we kind of have this recollection and this revelation that this is potentially trying to, appear to be from a sister, and we know the sister's educational background, this definitely doesn't sound like something a professional would write.
No, not at all. I totally 100% will back you up on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be a cousin. I mean, it says family member, you know.
Yeah, but then further down.
My family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have some friends I would call family too, you know what I mean? Like Dolly. I really miss Dolly, by the way, just so everybody knows. Long time listener, first time caller. I really miss Dolly.
Aw. Has Dolly not been on? I've been so busy.
He's been having some internet issues, so yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I did pop in there the other day and say hi to everybody, and I remember him buffering, and I was watching it, and I'm like, oh, this is giving me a headache. And I felt so bad for him because I think that was his third time trying that day.
Yes, I remember, and I tried to call in to talk to him, and I keep getting a buffer too, and it's been just really strange. But yeah, he hasn't been on for like 3 days, so I'm like having withdrawals. I don't know about everybody else. But you're on. I'm so glad. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, this is my second live, and I dropped like all these videos. Like I've been like a working bee today.
Yeah, busy.
Busy. But at least it's better than busy.
Well,
I couldn't help it.
That's good. It's all good. I love it.
All right, love.
Busy. But yeah, no, I just wanted to support you. Nobody was calling. I'm like, hey, you guys call, talk to us.
Yeah, now, because I mean, this is a weird post, and it came to me because we're all talking. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were all talking. Yeah, we were all talking about this co-defendant, and then of course I hear the revelation, from Michelle Walks, and I'm like, but she's still speculating, even in her theory at why it's in there, it being a form letter and things of that nature. But when I'm in law, we do things with specificity. So it just made me question the specificity of this letter, because I mean, we do have master templates, at law firms. I mean, people don't realize they do, but yes, we have master templates at law firms. And those master templates, we create, we take the stuff that doesn't apply to the case out and leave all the stuff that does apply to the case.
Yep, you modify your what you got, exactly.
Right.
And that's what I think. This language is just too. I don't believe it. A sister. It says Bryan is family. It could be a cousin. It could be, who knows, an uncle.
Yeah.
It could be anything. Yeah, I don't know who would.
Or it could just be a troll gaslighting.
They're standing up for him doing cocaine for migraines, and that's a little strange.
Doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't know. I think cocaine will mostly give you more migraines, but I'm not one to know all that info.
Yeah, but you know what? I hate to burst people's bubble, but they have things like called Excedrin for migraines. They have Aleve. They have ibuprofen. I don't know if they forgot that they have over-the-counter stuff that helps. They even have migraine medicine.
Tylenol arthritis helps me a lot. Believe it or not, I love Tylenol arthritis.
Yeah, the Tylenol arthritis. I mean, I don't have arthritis, but I'm telling you, that stuff knocks pain out of you like that.
Yeah, it's good. Tylenol works. You know, if you can't take Tylenol, you gotta take an ibuprofen type thing. But yeah, Advil and whatnot. But,
Right.
yeah, you know, I'm not doing a Tylenol commercial or anything, but yes, I somebody put therapeutic pain relief, aka trigger point. Yeah, I could use some of that for sure.
Right.
Puncture for migraines. Yeah, see, there's all kinds of homeopathic type things for migraine. You don't have to be doing coke and drugs and stuff. I mean, I suppose
that is an excuse. If you go to your family to tell them, you know, being an addict, that you need this so your migraines go away, that is like, come on, like, how stupid are we?
Right. That's just strange, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's condoning your, you know, your habit, so to speak. It's making up an excuse, and excuses are easy to make, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's what addicts do, right? We make excuses for every single thing under the sun so we can keep doing what we're doing.
I'll make an excuse just to get a cup of coffee, you know.
my new addiction is coffee.
I'm totally addicted to my coffee.
Yep. Me and you both. All right, bitchy. Well, you take care. Love you, and God bless.
God bless. Have a blessed day, everybody in the chat. And yeah, let's get them thumbs up. Get the algorithm going. And I'll talk to you soon.
You got it, babe. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Keep well.
Bye-bye. So bitchy in the house. So, you know, and the more we're reading it, the more it kind of seems bunk. But I sent it over because, you know, people were talking about Michelle walks and, you know, the form letter and stuff. And that absolutely could be absolutely possible and probable. Is Betty?
Hey, Betty.
Hello. Who's this and where are you calling from?
This is Sandra calling from Madison, Indiana / Hanover, Indiana.
Well,
been
hello.
Listening to you. I did not mean to interrupt you and BT, bitchy, whatever.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Do it. No.
She's cool.
Yeah.
I love her. I hear her on Dolly all the time.
I know.
I love her. But I just wanted to give you my 2 cents. I love you for what you're doing. And the text that you got or the thing you got, I'm not sure. I seen the dad comment and then your mom called in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it's a troll.
A troll. Yeah. When I was reading it the first time, it sounded like it was just a family member, and I'm thinking, okay, this could come from a family member. But then when mom called in and she says it says dad here, and I reread the thing, and it almost implies my brother and my dad, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way that his sisters wrote this. No way.
Right. No, and I agree with Peachy because they don't want to jeopardize their jobs. You know, to post something like that.
Or
That's
his case.
I think it's troll.
Or his case. Like, I don't see his sisters being public with anything right now.
Right. But, you know, the face, I seen his face the other day. I watched it. And everybody kept saying it was, you know, the shaving. And I know people that's been in jail, and they say those razors are horrible.
Yeah.
But,
when I heard the razor remark and I looked at his face, I'm like, yeah, that could potentially be a cheap razor. We've all used them, and we've all been cut all to hell because of them.
Yeah. Well, I actually worked with a guy, and he told me, you know, when he was in jail, that the guy that was in there with him took one of these razors apart and actually gave all his cell block a haircut with a comb, a little bitty comb, and part of the razor he got out of that he broke it apart of.
We have to be honest. I don't mean to interrupt you. We have to be honest. They do get clever in jail.
Yes. And he said this guy gave him the best haircut he's ever had in his life.
With a cheap razor and a comb.
With a cheap razor and a little bitty comb that they give him in jail.
I got to be honest with you. I had a friend. I'll call him BC, just to keep his name private. But anyways, he was in prison for some time. I knew him in my 20s. I haven't talked to him in, godly, two decades. Anyways, he had this beautiful serpent tattooed on his back. I mean, high level of detail. He was in jail for a while. High, just ultra quality tattoo. And it was of this serpent that went on his back. It was just this beautiful, beautiful picture. It was black and white. And I found out, because you see jail tattoos, they look like crap. And this was
right. They're mostly just black.
Yes.
Black ink. That's it.
This you could see every single scale on this snake. It was of the highest quality and highest detail that I had ever seen. And they did that with ashes and a needle.
Oh my God.
Like a thread needle.
Yeah.
You know, dip, dip, but I had never seen any.
Crazy.
That was one piece. If I could, that piece right there, if you had it done by a professional on the outside, would have ran you about $1,000.
Oh yeah.
Or more. It was that beautiful.
I've got a tattoo. I got it after my mother passed away. She collected Emmett the Kelly clowns, and I went and had one done, and it was a big one, you know. And the guy said, "You want this whole thing?" I said, "No, just do this little bitty thing." You know, I didn't want the whole thing.
Right.
Well, they can't copyright anyway. They can't do the whole thing.
Right.
But yeah, I got that. But yes, I just want to let you know, I go by several names because at home is one, at work is another. Unicorn 1, Indiana.
Yeah. There you go. Don't ever tell anybody your name here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Just don't.
Well,
just don't.
The other, when I log on at home, though, it gives my name.
Oh, well, you need to change it.
You know.
Change it. Don't let anybody know who you are.
I do need to get on there and change it.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that, but I will.
All right,
but
honey.
I'm sitting here watching you on my big screen TV, and you got a blanket over you right now.
I know, because, you know, it's one of those things where every now and again I start getting, like when I'm running around here trying to get everything set up, like my heat, like I get warm. And then when I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't want to be sweating on screen. So I turn the air conditioning on. Well, now it's blowing right on me and I'm freezing. And usually I have a little jacket that I put on, and I looked around and I'm like, oh shoot, my sweater's not even here. So I'm like, I looked over and I had a little shawl. So I'm like, okay, that'll work.
You ought to be up here in Indiana.
Nope. I just came back from Idaho.
More than a shawl.
Yeah, well, I just came back from Idaho. You can keep that weather.
Oh, I know. I've seen you in Idaho. Oh, yeah, you're right.
You can keep that weather.
But
I'll do it. I'll do
anyway,
it for a case. I'll do it for a victim.
Olivia's stuff today was awesome. I'm going to get off here in case you're getting another call. But you guys, I love you guys. You keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. God bless. God bless.
God bless you too, babe. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, I hung up on her for a second. Goodbye. I'm so sorry. I do that every now and again. So yes, Drazilla, thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. But yes, the second caregiver on Athena has been arrested in Arizona. I actually did a video on that. Let me see. Is this the video? Hold on. Let me see if this is the video. This might be the video. I can't tell.
Well, good morning, you.
Let's see. Is this the video? Oh, this is the first one I did. This is the one I did before. Hold on a second. I've got a video. Let me just pull up, where would it have gone? Maybe in my downloads? That's yesterday. Hold on a second. I did do a video today, and let's see if I can find it. Athena. Did I do it on my phone? Can't remember where I did it at. Hold on a second. If I did it in here, I probably had to drop. No, I thought I did it from here. You know what? I'll bring up my YouTube channel. It'll be a lot easier. Let me just pull this up. We're going to have to watch a little bit of let me see if I can disable the commercials just real quick so we can pull this up and watch it. Give me 2 shakes. But I did do one on her. Thank you again. And then BH, I'll get to you. Oh, if you're ever in Colorado, I'll hook you up. Hook me up with what? New shoes? We'll probably be in Colorado. Everything happens everywhere. So let me go to my channel here and see where that is. Because I actually put a a video up and it wasn't completed. I had to move it into members only because it wasn't completed. I don't know what some days I just, I'm just running, trying to get so many things done, and I just screw up. And so I did find, like, both of my videos have a little screw ups here and there, but I wanted to get it out because there's a 4-year-old little girl missing. And, we need people to pay attention to her. They still need evidence. They still need any videos. They still need any photos. If you came in contact with Ivan or what is her name? Alyssa. Is that her name? I'll have to look it up. But yeah. Here, let's play it.
Bureau says Athena Brownfield and her 5-year-old sister were in the care of Adams and her husband, who has not been named yet.
Well, hello, YouTube. As promised, I am covering the Athena Brownfield case. And this is a 4-year-old that has disappeared from her home. I believe it was Tuesday, January 10th, was when the postal carrier around 2 p.m. called law enforcement because a 5-year-old was walking down the road, and when he was asking her information, she was looking for her 4-year-old sister, which is nowhere to be found.
This all started Tuesday afternoon when a postal carrier found Athena's sister wandering out of her house on West Nebraska Avenue, but Athena was just nowhere to be found. Since then, there's been a massive search effort with no results.
That postal carrier called law enforcement immediately, which had a chain reaction. Since then, Athena has not been found. They are searching everything they can possibly search for her. A lot of volunteers came in to help. They were very thankful and fortunate for the volunteers that came and helped them. And the crazy thing is they stopped and asked volunteers to stop working. They have told the public that they had to have them stop working because they're now looking for clues. As of last night, the Suburban at the home has been removed.
Adams was booked on 2 counts of child neglect as the search for 4-year-old Athena continues. Now, we asked DHS if they're involved in the case in any way, and we were told no comment by OSBI. Bureau says Athena Brownfield and her 5-year-old sister were in the care of Adams and her husband, who has not been named yet. Adams was booked on 2 counts of child neglect as the search for 4-year-old Athena continues. This is the home of Athena's caregiver at the time of her disappearance. Now, I want to walk you through how we got to this point in the investigation and the new details we learned today. OSBI says 31-year-old Alicia Adams was taken into custody at the Grady County Sheriff's Office and then later booked into the Caddo County Jail after 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Nothing has changed, despite what's being said out there. We're looking for her. Our analysts and our team of multiple law enforcement agencies are reviewing surveillance video from around town and, again, pursuing any tip that comes in, following it up, and trying to identify any clues that can be used to locate Athena.
This is starting to lean in the direction that law enforcement does not believe Athena Brownfield is alive. I know that many haters are going to come out and, cuss me and curse me and say, how dare you give up hope and blah, blah, blah. I really don't care. I'm not here for their approval. I'm here to give you guys information about this case. Athena is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl out of Surreal, Oklahoma. And since this devastating news, we don't know the whole makeup of the home right now. That is a little sketchy that law enforcement is not providing us. So apparently what has happened, and I'm still a little sketchy on the details because they have not yet been released, is that they keep calling her the caregiver. They're not calling her the guardian. They're not calling her the parent. They're calling her the caregiver. And that is almost implying that she might be the babysitter of these children. I'm still working on trying to decipher what those details are with Athena and this lady, Miss Adams, that is now in jail for 2 counts of negligence against children. So I'm trying to break into this case, and here's the situation. Where's mom and dad, first and foremost, of these children? The actual mom and dad, the biological mom and dad. How in the world did Alyssa and her husband become the caregivers of these kids? Law enforcement's not telling us. So then I did a video earlier today, kind of bringing all the clips from the news articles in about this case so my audience can start preparing as we start looking into this case. Why are we looking into this case? Well, here's the issue. The Idaho 4, we have all speculated. I'm still covering that case. I'm going to continue to cover that case. We just dropped the Gonzalez interview. I still have my portion of the Gonzalez interview I have to edit and get out as well. And that has not been done yet. But we learned that the preliminary hearing in this matter in the Idaho 4 will be in June. Now, they're going to have something, they're going to be releasing the docket and some evidentiary stuff that has been filed, such as the search warrant and other affidavits from witnesses and things of that nature. And that'll happen around March 1st if law enforcement investigation is complete. I think the crux of this matter is the investigation completion date, and then we'll start being able to have access to those docket items. I do have a good portion of those docket items, but at the end of the day, this case is really not going to move forward. We're not going to get any more information on it until March, and then subsequently we're going to be getting even more information at that preliminary hearing at the end of June. So right now, this case is kind of at a standstill until we start getting more information, because we can speculate all day long what we want, but it's not helping other victims. And we need to move on to a new victim to showcase that case. The Idaho 4, very, very important. I've got everything toggled in my calendar, so we make sure we don't miss anything. They are part of my search each and every day, but I expect this to be a cool down period on that case. And then, you know, Athena being 4 years old and missing, there's a lot of questions that are around why she's gone, and this whole emphasis on caregiver. You know what I'm saying? So was this a babysitter or was this a guardian? That is the first question I'd like to know. If you are out there in Surreal, Oklahoma, please reach out to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I just want to know what the environment's like, what's being heard through the grapevine, anything like that. So please reach out to me, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I will be monitoring my emails very closely throughout this time. But it does appear, and I've been getting notifications, but haven't quite found the article about the second person being arrested. I'm getting notifications that a second person has been arrested, most likely Mr. Adams. So guys, here it is. I did find the article. It has been confirmed that the second caregiver, Ivan Adams, is now in custody. Here is the kicker. And guys, I want you guys to know we're getting breaking information on this case right now. I'm waiting for the link, but it appears that Ivan has been charged with first-degree murder of a child. First-degree murder of a child. I've got a photo here of a fugitive from justice. But it's breaking right now. Now, first-degree murder of a child. Again, waiting for some links to come in. Let's just take a moment. Let's pull this back real quick. Let me see if I can find any actual information on that upgraded arrest. Give me just two shakes of a lamb's tail. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, trusted Twitter, right? And Ivan Adams. Go ahead and pull this up. Ivan's Adams. Let's see what we got here. So we're finding out right now, about an hour ago, one of the caregivers arrested in connection with the disappearance of Athena Brownfield was arrested on felony warrant out of Oklahoma for murder in the first degree and child
neglect. And we're going to get back to my video because I state that in this video that I posted hours ago that she was most likely dead, and that deceased rather, and that I believe, and I was going to take the bold statement because we've went around this enough times that we know the process, we know how this stuff works, and based upon the information we were getting out, it was already leaning that way. So that is why I went ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pull this back up so you guys can see that for yourself. This man has been arrested in Phoenix, Arizona. That has a hallmark of him being on the run. Why would he be on a run? A man and a 4-year-old child missing. A grown man is on the run and a 4-year-old child is missing. I won't speculate on what my thought process is, but it is going into a very deep and dark reality. So Phoenix, a man has been arrested in Phoenix in connection with the disappearance of Athena Brownfield, a 4-year-old girl missing out of Oklahoma. Phoenix police took 36-year-old Ivan Adams into custody on January 12th near 67th Avenue and Camelback Road on a felony warrant. He is being held at the Maricopa County Jail. Adams was a caregiver for Athena, who went missing in Cyril, Oklahoma on Tuesday. A postal worker found her 5-year-old sister wandering alone, and law enforcement has been searching for the girl since. Here is that despicable man right now. It is not clear how long she has been missing before her disappearance was reported. Great point, because even in my first video that I did earlier this morning, I specifically stated, missing at her or missing prior to. And that is important because we know things happen and people report later. Details regarding the home where the girls were staying are also not immediately clear, and the whereabouts of the girls' parents or guardian at the time of Athena's disappearance are not known. This is insane. Adams' wife, Alyssa, was arrested in Oklahoma on 2 counts of child neglect. Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said it was working with law enforcement agencies and volunteers in search, which include a helicopter, boats, all-terrain vehicles, special trained ground teams, and review of surveillance video from Cyril. The city of Cyril has also suspended trash services as investigators search for clues. The Bureau says agents are following up on tips coming from Oklahoma and other states. Cyril is a town 75 miles southeast of Oklahoma City. There's Athena. There is Ivan. That's right. His name is Ivan Adams. Ivan Adams, right there, Ivan Adams. But I'm telling you, his wife's still staying in that area, and him being on the run to Arizona, there is something not right. I believe that this child was SA'd and died as a result of it, and he disposed of that child. I'm still researching this case, but it does appear, based on my experience, my knowledge of these cases, that this child has met her demise. It's most likely at the hands of these caretakers. And now they're starting to move forward with the criminal investigation, and they have impounded their Suburban. Take a look here.
Guys, that's right. Just minutes ago, we watched as police and a tow truck driver worked to remove a white Suburban SUV from this home you see here behind me. And we have some video of that we'd like to show you. Right now, we don't know why it was towed. This is the home of Athena's caregiver at the time of her disappearance.
And they will be charging these caregivers with much more serious crimes in the near future. Again, I expect people to give me a little bit of pushback on this statement. I'm going to be bold enough to come forward and say, based upon my experience, based upon how these cases go, we've watched many of them, this is the avenue that this case is going down. When you start having, you start telling volunteers to stop helping, you start telling the public that you are still looking for her, but you're looking for evidence and clues, and then you start impounding Suburbans,
it's starting to gear toward a specific direction in the case and in this matter. And that specific direction that many of us know, and again, very sad, it's most likely that Athena has been killed, either unintentionally or intentionally. Those things will be coming out, I'm sure, in the near future. I expect us to get very little to limited information, fact information from Surreal, Oklahoma, as this criminal investigation heats up, which I anticipate it turning to a homicide investigation in the near future. Guys, please keep this family, please keep the children in your prayers. But there is a lot going on here. And the look on Miss Adams' face in her mugshot is very disturbing. She almost looks angry that she was arrested. How dare you? How dare you? We know how these things go. And not sure if she's bonded out on those charges yet, but just let's start paying really close attention. This is a little baby girl, 4 years old, that needs a lot of attention on her case, just in case she is out there and can be found. Anybody that has any information related to this case, if you are in and around the Surreal, Oklahoma area, you are asked to call law enforcement. If you have video, if you have a Ring doorbell camera, just submit that to them. It may hold something, it may hold nothing, but an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So send that off to them. Any information, if you've seen Mr. or Mrs. Adams out there, please go ahead and call law enforcement. If you had any interaction with this family, with these girls, call into law enforcement immediately in that area and speak to them. They need any and all information at this time. This is a crucial point in the case that can make and break this case. So get all the information you can muster over to the police department. Guys, God bless. And until next time, please be safe.
All right, so there it is. That was the
on WFLA now. This is Hey JB. Here's
You know what? Hey JB, you wouldn't have to be suing Jay for Justice if you guys didn't have this auto roll. sorry. Right? Like it just popped right in there. I don't want to be sued, okay? WFLA, don't want to be sued. Take your autoplay off. Or maybe I should take mine off. I'm just joking. Okay, I digress. But there you guys have it. I want to show you guys something before we get too far. I want to show you when this was uploaded, because an hour ago was when it was breaking that he was charged with first-degree murder. Once again, you know, I took the information that was readily available to us, the factual information. I speculated on that factual information, and once again, we've got accurate. You know, I hate it. You know, I hate the fact that we do good work. I'm glad we do good work, but you know what? At the end of the day, let me show you what 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago is when I uploaded this video. Hold on, let me stop it. Stop. See if it gives me the exact time. It doesn't. Just says it uploaded today over 3 hours ago. It started breaking that he was arrested for first-degree murder an hour ago. So again, I had it pinned. There is a reason. We take factual information of the case. We apply critical thinking and our problem-solving techniques, and wham, you got a pretty good idea of what transpired. So all those haters out there that want to beat up on Bullhorn Betty, guess what? I got it right again. Man, you guys must be getting sick of hearing that, right? No wonder every time I get the one thing, like we're like 90% accurate on this show. 90%, that's high. You know, but there's still 10% that we get wrong. And it might even be less than that. But you know what? They focus only on that 10%. That's sad. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. I haven't followed this case either. You know, I started following it when Dolly posted it. That's when I started following. When I saw the community post in Dolly Vision's channel, and I saw that beautiful face, my heart sank. And what's upsetting to me is, listen to this. Nobody's paying attention to this damn case. This child was missing. She's now presumed dead, like I said. So, you know, we're not searching for a kid, but damn, you guys didn't, like, the people on YouTube didn't even bother paying attention to a 4-year-old missing child out of Oklahoma or passing our information around. Like literally nobody on YouTube gave a damn about this 4-year-old child. You guys are all about speculating on Idaho 4. Guess what? We already know the demise of four college university students. We had an opportunity to help a 4-year-old child, and nobody gave a damn. It's sad. It's sad. I don't post things on my channel. I post things on my channel to get your attention. So when you see these videos, click on them. Okay? Click on them. Who knows? We might have been able to help. We might have been able, but you know what? They still need information. We know that the arrest is only the beginning of the case. We know that. We see that in the Idaho 4. They still have an investigation. They had to lock down the docket so they can complete their investigation. So the investigation, even though he's arrested, is ongoing. So if you know anybody in the Cyril area that has come in contact with these folks, that has come in contact with these girls, that knows anything about these people, call law enforcement immediately. This is a 4-year-old child. And if they killed her, they need to pay. Period. Justice for Athena. That is going to be our mantra moving forward. But if you think I'm not diving into a case of a missing 4-year-old child that now has clearly is presumed dead, then I shouldn't be here if I'm not going to be focusing on the most innocent. In my opinion, he's a monster and danger to the public, absolutely. But here's the kicker. We are on the Bullhorn Betty channel. And even when I was down at Quentin Simon's case, what did I say? They should have arrested her on the low-hanging fruit. Child neglect, child endangerment, child cruelty, a number of child charges they should have charged her with. They should have gotten her ass up off the street. They got this lady, what is her name? Alyssa? They got Alyssa off the street with that low-hanging fruit. They got her off the street. They didn't leave her out for a freaking month, 45 days to find this child before they locked her ass up. No charge, Hadley. Maybe you need to get your pen and paper out and take a note. Because that's how you do it. That is how you do it. And you know what? You don't see Bullhorn Betty over in Oklahoma with a bullhorn out there for a freaking month. I should send you my bill. I should send you my bill. Anyways, guys, the phone lines are still open. And if you guys would like to call in about this case, the Athena Brownfield case, if you guys don't know it, it was just horrible. And I just knew. I already knew. As soon as I found out, because I kept thinking, that woman, where's her husband? I was hearing through the grapevine, through rumors, that she was at her boyfriend's house and left these kids alone. I'm thinking, I thought they said boyfriend's house, and here she is, has a husband. And then boom, it's like, oh, the second caregiver got arrested. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I find out he's in Arizona, and that did it for me. No innocent person is running to Arizona if they didn't do something to a child. And why is the man running to Arizona, leaving his wife in Oklahoma? There's only one reason, because the man did it. The man did it. Now, did she help? Did she cover it up? Did she know about it and kept her mouth shut and left the house and left the kids alone? And then somebody puts in here that these kids were awarded to them by the state. Now, I haven't received that confirmed. That was just somebody in the chat that said that. But if this is what happened, this is why we need a centralized database. This is what the hell is going on. You take this child from what you perceive as a bad home and put her in here, and now she's gone? If this is something the state did, I want to find out a little more. But yeah, I'm telling you, like I told you before, I already sent my package off, tattling on myself and everybody else, right? Might be going to the Child Protective Services or whatever, the alphabet soup of child welfare in Oklahoma, in Cyril, Oklahoma, and giving them a mouthful. Like, who is this guy? What kind of background checks you did? You know, and I don't want to hear that this has privacy because it deals with a young girl. Well, this young girl is dead. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of this nonsense with the alphabet soup of child welfare telling us that there's privacy things. No, we need transparency things. You need to hand us over the damn files. I don't care how you do it. Mark out their names. I don't give an F. But you need to start being transparent with what you're doing because too many damn kids are dying under your watch. It is happening entirely too much, Lisa Marie. You are absolutely right. And quite frankly, I'm getting sick and damn tired of covering kids on my channel. It's sick. I don't want to cover any victim. But the most heartbreaking victims are the little children. And if this child was pulled out of a home, if the state deemed her home unfit and stuck her with these monsters, I am sorry. We need accountability in CPS. We need accountability. We need transparency. You figure it out and start finding a way to give the public, your bosses, access to those files. Because I'm telling you, I'm getting sick and tired of covering these damn kids. Tired of it. Justice! Hello, my love. Mwah, 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 mwah. Hope you're having a good day. I'm not having a good day. I'm kind of pissed off about this case. I'm even more frustrated. This is what I'm more frustrated about. I'm more frustrated about that not enough people. There's not even a fake. I have not found a fake. Now I haven't looked. Let me look real quick. I want to see if we have a Facebook. If we do not even have a Facebook page for this little girl, I'm literally going to end my life. I will end my life. Let's pray that there is a Facebook page for this little girl. You've got to be effing kidding me. You guys know I'm hot. Not one Facebook post, not one Facebook group created. This child disappeared. I heard it was like the January 6th, but they said Tuesday. From all of my stuff, they said Tuesday. And I looked back and it looked like it was going to be Tuesday was January 10th. So I'm a little foggy on the specific date. So I've got the 10th. Somebody else has got Jan 6th. I really don't care. But right now it's January 13th. And there was a 4-year-old child missing from Oklahoma. A man was just arrested. One of her caregivers was just arrested in Phoenix, Arizona. And we don't have one Facebook group to help find a 4-year-old girl, but we got 20 effing Idaho 4 groups. YouTube, we've got to do better. We've got to do better. This is repulsive to me. Absolutely repulsive. And I hope it turns every one of your stomachs that we had a 4-year-old girl that I have been putting on my page and did videos, and nobody gives a damn about this little baby girl that was most likely essayed and murdered. All right, guys. Well, that is all I have for you today. I'm like, you've got to be joking me right now. Like, my head is like hurting. But don't worry. I know where the ibuprofen is. I won't be doing any of those things anytime soon. Don't worry about it. That's not how I fix my headaches. So anyways, we still got the phones open. If anybody wants to call in, I'll give you guys just a few more minutes to call in. Let your voice be heard. If you want to talk about the post that was in the Facebook group about Kohberger and how he didn't do it and he's innocent. And it's this guy that his friend that he boots up with in parking lots and stuff doesn't explain why he was in that area, because there's 1,000 areas that were a lot more secluded to do that kind of stuff than that particular area. And that doesn't explain why he would be in that area 12 times. Now, I honestly believe that we kind of have debunked this as being a legit post, because it does imply that this may be a sister. We all know his sisters are highly educated, and this doesn't appear to be a post from a highly educated person. So whoever did this post or wrote this post is somebody that probably has maybe a high school education, maybe an AA, maybe some college, but definitely high school education, definitely not scholar material in this post. So it kind of makes me feel like it is not a legit, it is a troll. It is somebody that's trying to gaslight that forum. But again, we do have an issue. We need our Summers Army out in force. When we have children go missing, I'm sorry, this is my stance on it. When we're here and we have a child go missing, we need to stop whatever we're doing and get the information out on a child. Even if we have an adult victim. If we have an adult victim and a child victim, the child has to come first. Has to. They are so precious and so innocent. It's not trying to pick winners and losers, but our children matter. Everybody matters, but our children are the most important. So let's start. If we have children missing, we've got to get that information out. We've got to start sharing it. We've got to start creating Facebook groups for discussions and information, and make sure people have the law enforcement's telephone numbers, emails, if they have evidence or any type of information to turn over. This is Betty.
Hello.
Hello, this is Betty. Who are you and where are you calling from?
I'm sorry. Lisa from Virginia.
Oh, hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, sorry. I'm sorry. My son's being loud in the back.
That's okay.
Sorry, my life. No, you've got a demeanor. It's kind of like to say the way that I am. I don't really care what people think what I say.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's a true fact.
Yep.
Everything, all the way from Quentin Simon, all the way to everything you do. And people just don't like my attitude sometimes, and they give me grief. It is, you take me with a grain of salt or don't take me at all.
Yep.
But as far as the little baby girl, that's really sad.
I'm pissed. And to think that this child may have been taken out of a home where she wouldn't have been killed and put in a home where she was killed. If the state did that, like, I'm getting so sick and tired of these states. I'm sick and tired of the child welfare system. And it's like we don't have enough people to fight this fight. But you know, I'm going to fight it. I've got to. This is getting ridiculous.
No, it's sad because I'm a little bit older. I'm in my upper 50s, but I've had several surgeries, and I've got a set of twins that are 20 years old that are a month older than the triplets from Idaho, only 1 month. And I had some issues one time in school, whatever, I had these surgeries at Virginia, but they did some crazy stuff, which wasn't right, what they did, because I'm a helicopter mom. I haven't been forever, because my kids have food allergies and all that. I go to school every single day. I don't care what the school system thinks. And Virginia backs that now. I was in there all the time. They didn't like me, but I was in their face every day. But I'm saying, I don't hear these excuses for the CPS or whatever the agency is in Oklahoma or whatever. They're all you hear is they're so overloaded. They haven't got the time with people. But you don't take it for one. Isn't there a grandparent or someone that's qualified, or just it's not? Give them to a family that loves them,
right? Or
someone that can take care of it. I mean, there's got to be a better thing than putting him. When I see his face, I hate to say it, but I want to bash it in.
Yeah.
It's just me. I am, like I said, I speak my mind. I got a big mouth. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, when it comes to kids and stuff like that, because I lost my mom when I was 6 years old, and I know how hard it is, and I know being a single person, you do the right thing. I don't care. You've got to watch your kids. The same with the Idaho thing. That parent knew what was going on. If she had qualifications to be a teacher, I don't want to hear that her life got chaotic. Everybody's life, especially if you're a single parent.
Hey, I gotta just take. I'm gonna put you on pause. Just don't talk, because my Chronicles of Olivia is on the screen right now.
Okay.
She's on News Nation. Let's hear what they have to say. Let me see if I can get this to you.
Ali or Vital, either one is fine.
They're always messing up our names, the Italian names. But, good for you, except I think you're
She's not Italian,
short
Chris.
there, a little bit, and I want to address that because I've talked to Mr. Gonsalves, and we've dealt with his family a good amount. They have trust issues.
Olivia! Yay!
And it's not unusual for a victim's family, and it may have been exacerbated here by time and not knowing certain things and not getting information that started to come from outside sources, including you. And you've developed quite the bond with them as a result, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, a few weeks ago, Steve reached out to me, and it turns out that Kaylee followed me on TikTok, and she watched my videos and shared them with her family. So this is a personal connection, and we've been in touch in the past few weeks, and they welcomed me into their home, and it's been an honor to meet them and help bring awareness to their daughter's case.
And people will hear that and say, wait, how did Kaylee follow her and watch her videos about her own murder? No, you started with Gabby Petito, and you did some field work on it. You went down into different locations that were relevant. You found a water bottle that you believe and the family believes may have belonged to Gabby, and that was very meaningful to the family. And that's what Kaylee and many others were paying attention to. How surprised were you, and how quick was the growth of your following that is now over 1 million?
It was pretty surprising. It happened fairly quickly, and it just seems like it's my calling to help missing people and victims and their families.
Now, what is your skill set? How do you know how to find anything that's going on? It's one thing to go down and walk around in a field and find a water bottle, which is a great little piece of personal industry. But what do you bring to the table, and how did you develop those skills?
Well, one thing I do bring to the table is bringing awareness to cases. With my following, I have a lot of exposure, and all it takes at the end of the day is for one person who might have seen something to see possibly one of my videos and notice something and call the tip line. And that's what I can do, is just bring awareness and help cases that are slowly dying or becoming cold get the exposure that they need.
Why? Why true crime? Why are you one of these new sleuthers? What is it about these? You could be obsessed with so many different things in our culture as a pursuit when you're not selling real estate. Why this?
True crime is something important to me because it's about helping and making an impact in the world. I feel like it's my duty, and this gives me passion. It gives me something to live for, and just to feel like I'm making an impact in the world.
You said in one of your descriptions in the documentary that you and Mr. Gonsalves shared a moment when the suspect's picture came out, and you both said, "This is the guy. This is the man." Do you believe that? Do you believe that this is the person responsible? And do the Gonsalves family and or you share any questions about anybody else being involved, or the question maybe not being as solid as is assumed?
Personally, I do believe that the suspect, Bryan Kohberger, is responsible. I can't speak on behalf of the Gonsalves family, but I personally think it is Bryan. As of now, I believe that he was the only one who did this. But again, it's the early stages and we're not sure exactly.
What is your biggest question that remains that hasn't been answered?
My biggest question is, why did he do this? And did he ever meet any of the victims in passing, possibly at a restaurant? We know that Zaina and Maddie worked at the Mad Greek. They had vegan options. Bryan Kohberger was vegan. It's possible that maybe he met the girls, maybe.
Okay, don't know what's going on there.
Yes.
Looks like it's...
bar.
Oh, it's not letting me. I'm having some issues with it. Thank you for staying on the phone. I almost forgot about you. Sorry. So Olivia was on. Yeah, Olivia was on. She's doing a great job. Super ultra proud of her. She called me today and told me that she was going to be going on. I just got distracted with time and didn't realize it was happening until that. So what do you make of all this?
The Idaho or the little young the little baby?
Either.
Here. What I make of it is, and I said it, well, I've called into Dolly before because he's a fruit. He's goofy. He is so goofy. And plus he's from Virginia, so I know he's goofy. But what I make of it is that boy had issues. The mother knew about it. They just cover it. She's a teacher. You got to have, that's the knowledge a teacher has supposed to have. You're supposed to see that in your students also. You're supposed to know those skills. If you can't see it in your own son, then you got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe they know it. They've known it. He needed help at a younger age. I believe it was a passionate thing. He was obsessed with those girls. Are you there?
Yeah, still here. Yeah, I'm nodding. I'm nodding in the screen. I keep forgetting you can't see me nod.
He was obsessed with them. He wanted to be them. Because one of the things that came out that I saw, he was getting with his neighbor. He was talkative. He wanted to be communicating with him, have interaction with him. So he wasn't standing off to where he was a mute or whatever. He was a bully. He just became a bully. I think the mother baby pampered him. I mean, just certain things he had a little bit of evil in him. Certain people have a little bit of something that's not right there, and he didn't. And he just took it out on the girls. Well, all of them, not knowing Ethan was going to be there probably. But I believe he stalked him. I believe because with all the parties and stuff they had, everything was so visual. You could see so much of that house. He was obsessed with them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, we know he was obsessed 12 times. Weeks leading up to the killing. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying. I don't know. Like I said, because it's not. We have a normal mind. What would bring a person to do something like? But there's people in this world that probably walks amongst us all this, and we don't know. They've got so many mental issues are just evil that they need help, and no one gives it to them. I mean, I don't care how old you are. I'm a mother. That mother knows their kid, and he was home enough. He was with them in lockdown, I guarantee, in COVID time. They know him, and they should have sought out help for him somewhere.
Oh yeah,
something.
Yeah, and it sounds like he did go to rehab a few times, but they should have been monitoring him because clearly he was doing drugs, potentially, while he was at Wazoo.
Exactly. And I'm just saying, I don't understand that no, and I guess some of the stuff wasn't true, what he wrote or whatever. He was reaching out for help. He was wanting help. He wanted, or something, some kind of attention, put it that way, whether it be bad or good. He wanted attention. And that's the parent's job.
Right.
When you have a child, you sign on for that. That's your job.
Right.
I'm tired of people working, kind of putting on the table, oh, they got so much going on in their life. Everybody does. That's life. That's the world. I do. But you know what? It was their responsibility. And then when I saw the dad outside cleaning with a shirt that said "Life is good,"
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let me run because I'm reading something. I want to get something on here because there's somebody saying, Tracy, I'm not attacking her. Chris is, unfortunately. Chris is attacking who, V.A. Morris? I'm just curious. Yeah, I appreciate your remarks. And please call back to the Bullhorn Betty channel. I want to go back and watch the rest of Como. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my live. We've already been past 2 hours and we will see each other tomorrow.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Love you and God bless.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, I'm out. So, don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And we're going to be fighting for these victims in the near future, for the foreseeable future, rather. I should say that, for the foreseeable future. And we do have, obviously getting national attention. And, we're working very hard behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, right? So God bless each and every one of you guys. Make it a great evening and have a spooky and scary Friday the 13th. Good evening.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.